Good evening, ladies and gents, and welcome to another Kuwait pilot stream. It is 2100 hours local time here in Kuwait City, 1800 Zulu, and I want to welcome you to this live stream. I am not sure what to say, but I have been getting all sorts of issues with bitrate and YouTube and Microsoft Flight Sim. It's crashing, all sorts of things, but I'm again today getting a problem with the bitrate, so I'm not sure how you guys are viewing it at your ends. Want to welcome all of you guys to the stream. I hope you are well. Siddiq, welcome my friend, and we have Dougal McTavish. No problems, Dougal. Whenever you can, you're of course more than welcome to join anytime. James, welcome aboard. Chris Rand Cooley, my friend, welcome aboard. And Mark Pierce, welcome to this stream. So today we are going to be flying the Horizon Simulations 7879-9, and this is a everything looks good. All right, perfect. This is of course a freeware mod to the Sobo 787. Hello Jason, welcome aboard my friend. And we are going to be doing so, flying today from Rome to Verona in Italy, and the stream is fine. Okay, perfect. I'm just getting a message there saying, you know, bit rates and things like that. So now, I really like what this developer has done in terms of the modifications to the aircraft, both in terms of the visuals as well as the systems. And let's get things started. So as usual, let me brief you guys on the flight plan. And if we come here to Navigraph charts and take a look at the SimBrief plan, as you can see here, we are going to be departing Rome today, runway 25 through the Sosi 7 Lima departure through the Sovan transition. We're going to be climbing to a final cruise altitude of 30,000 feet. And then we are going to be arriving direct runway 04 at Verona, Lima, India, Papa X-ray, performing an ILS approach, runway 04. So that's it for the flight brief today. The current weather here at Rome is quite pleasant, as you can see here, 323 knot wind. We have some variable winds as well. Cloud and visibility okay. Current temperature is 15 and the QNH is 1011. And so all is looking good here in terms of the weather. Nothing to complain about. And we are using today Volanta for our flight tracking, which is going to give us some analysis on the route as well as the landing. Quite a few things that I want to cover with you guys today, one of which is FS Expo 2024, but let's prep the aircraft for departure first, and then we'll worry about the FS Expo 2024. Now, from the visual perspective, you know, they've made some changes to the exterior, I think, because the 7879 is shorter than the 1000 version, which is by Asobo. And yeah, I'm definitely getting some issues there with the bit rate. So anyway, all right. So let's take. Maybe I need to stop my streaming software and start it again. But I'll wait for you guys. If you tell me that you're having some issue or a choppy stream, then you know we can do that. Stream lagging a bit for me just by a minute. All right, let me do one thing real quick, guys. I'm just going to stop the streaming software and do it. Sometimes that fixes the issue. All right, so we are back in business. It looks like very blurry for me. Yeah, so it should be okay now. Now I'm getting excellent connection. Let's see if that fixes the issue. All right, so we'll see now. Okay, so we are going to start the aircraft, of course, from its cold and dark state, and we're going to move here to the overhead panel, And we're going to start the battery switch on, and we're going to go ahead and start the APU as well. Start the APU. Excellent. And we can wait for the APU to start, or we can start the external power. Either way, we can do that here. And once the APU starts, it will automatically shut down the APU. All right, we're going to come here. The wiper is off. We're going to move here to this part here. We're going to lock the flight deck door. The emergency light is armed. We're going to turn on the window heat. And next, we're going to come over here to the hydraulic system, and we're going to put the hydraulic system on auto. Brilliant. Fasten seatbelt. We'll worry about this once we have the fuel and payload loaded to the aircraft. Everything here is good. We can leave this. You can see that the left after fuel pump is on, and this is on for the APU. This is a general practice. Since the 737-300, you turn this on for the APU, as without it, you're going to drain the, you're going to strain the APU pump, and it will reduces the longevity of the APU pump. So that helps with the APU, so to speak. Hello, a lot. Good morning, my friend. Rishal, welcome aboard, my friend. I hope you are well. It should be okay now, James. I'm now the bit rate is now pretty good. So, and I'm getting an excellent connection. So just refresh your browser maybe, and that should sort out the issue for you. All right, so moving on to this part here, we're going to make sure the packs are on auto, and pretty much everything is done here on the overhead panel. Moving on here, we're going to cancel the master caution, and we're going to turn, we'll leave the FDs for now. We're going to set the altitude to 30,000 feet. 30,000 is set, and we can now move on to the MCDU or the FMC, whatever CDU, whatever you want to call it. We're going to move down here, and we are going to go first to the index page. We're going to go to the settings, and from the settings, we're going to select weight and balance. Now, I really like this option. I believe this is also in the Asobo, in the Asobo 787-1000. So we're going to set from operational flight plan. This is going to bring everything from our flight plan. Everything's now set. Says fuel is balanced, and now the load and balance is complete. We can now go back and start setting up the aircraft. We're going to go to the ident page. We have the latest nav database active until November 29th, 2023. And also for me, blurry. Huh. Sharp for me, check your resolution settings on YouTube. Yeah, just click on the little resolution icon on the cogwheel and make sure that you are viewing the stream in 1080p, because you should be able to get 1080p. Maybe it's not set to auto, or just refresh your YouTube page and it should be good. All right, and the version is the latest version of the Horizon simulation, Boeing 789, and now we can go to position in it. We are, actually what we can do is if we go back here to ident, position in it, yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and select our current position, which is Lima, India, Romeo, Foxtrot, which is Rome. And then we're going to move to the overhead panel. We're going to set the adheres left and right. And if you don't do this, you will not get the little, dashed lines here. So we'll do that. And then we're going to go to the routes page, and we're going to request the route from SimBrief. Stream is fine. Comparison or the Cura 7878. They're pretty much at par, I think. We're going to click here to load. And now everything here is loaded, and we're going to execute that. and then we're done with the weight and balance and with the operational flight plan. The only thing we need to do is we need to select the departure and arrivals, and we're going to move here to the next page. This OC7 Lima is our departure, and we're going to say execute. Then we're going to go back to the arrival, and we're going to select the ILETS runway 04 at Verona. Now, Verona only has this runway for landing. So it's only runway 04, regardless of wind. Oh, Drashal has been a member for 12 months as a senior captain. Finally 1 year. Thanks a lot, Q8. Well, thank you for your support, Drashal. And by the way, guys, Drashal has started his own channel. So I recommend that you visit his channel, subscribe to his channel, and give him a few hundred likes and subscribes. He does some really, really good tutorials. They're excellent. His tutorials are really, really very well made. If you can, Drashal, you're more than welcome to put your the link to your channel in chat. You're more than welcome to do that. Santiago, hello, my friend. Welcome aboard. All right, let's go ahead and there is no arrival, so there is no star. If we go here to the flight, there is no star. And so we're just going to go ahead and say execute. Next, we're going to go to the legs page and go next, next, and we can select this one here and execute. And now we are pretty much good to go. Excellent.
Finally 1 year. Thanks a lot, Q8.
Well, again, thank you very much, Drashal, for your support. As always, I really appreciate the support from all of the channel members and all the channel subscribers. By the way, folks, we are very close to 80,000 subscribers, a number I never thought of reaching here on YouTube. Is this the release candidate or the public version? This is the public version. Getting the takeoff bug or crash issues with the public version. Really? Huh, that's strange. I've never had any issues with the aircraft. All right, so everything here is now good. We're going to go to the routes data. We can request the winds as well. And we'll wait for that a little bit. There we go. We can load the winds now, which doesn't show anything, but that's okay. And next we can go to the performance. So from the performance initialization, we can click on the zero fuel. It will automatically set it as we have already synced everything from the SimBrief plan. On the reserves, if we come here and we calculate that's too much. So I'm just going to put 2,000 for the reserves right there. The cost index for the flight today is 42. So 4.2 is set. Excellent. And everything else here is pretty much done on this page. So we're going to go to the thrust limit. We're going to leave everything exactly as well. Actually, we can reduce the derate the takeoff and go to the takeoff here. We're going to set flaps 15 for departure. And the CG is 29. That gives us a trim of 2.75. And as you can see here, everything says FMC pre-flight is complete. So we're going to set our V speeds. 145 is the V2. So let's set V2 as 145. Okay, 145 is now set. Perfect. Flight directors are both on. And everything else here is pretty much set up. So we can put this on the legs page. We can put this on VNav. It shows us the climb page. Quickly inspecting the plan here. If we step through, everything looks... we just want to make sure that everything looks legible. That's TC, top of climb, top of descent. And that is the turn towards runway 04 at Verona. Perfect. Fly Lilo is in the house. We have Dougal McTavish, India Virtual Aviation. Welcome, guys. Glad to have you here. And SimWings FI. Does this thing have a CBDC functionality? I don't know. I don't Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I haven't fiddled around with it enough. So this is maybe the second time I fly the aircraft. So everything here is good, and we're going to switch this here back to map. I like the fact that they've, again, they have all these pages here properly simulated. I believe this is also available in the 7, 8, 10. This one is still not there. Maintenance not there. So there we go. All right, stats. Okay, so everything here is ready for pushback. And if we come to the overhead panel, we're going to turn on the fasten seatbelt signs. We're going to turn on the beacon lights, and we can also turn on the fuel pumps. And the aircraft's pretty much ready to go. Now, the one difference that you will notice in the 787 versus the 73 is in the 737, you need to start the engines one after the other, and you have to wait for, N2 to rise and all of that. With the 7-8, you actually don't. You just put both start switches on the start, and then you go down here and you turn the fuel for both engines at exactly the same time. So you don't really have to wait for anything. 327 SimPilot had released a good tutorial for the 787. Yeah. Quick reminder for you guys that the Q8 Pilot channel is powered by Navigraph, the best charts available for flight simulation. It really does enhance your flying experience, and it is one tool that I highly recommend for flight sim in general. All right. We are good here and ready to push back out of our position. So we're going to bring up our Pro Flow wheel and select GSX.
This parking is too small for your aircraft.
Yeah, that's fine. We're going to prepare for pushback and departure. We're going to use aviation services, and we'll let the guys here come and service the aircraft. Look at the beautiful look of the 787. It's really a remarkable looking aircraft. And as you can see here, the beautiful trees is the result of ACU season by Rex Simulations. I highly recommend it. If you guys want me to do a full video on it, I'm more than happy to do that. But right now, right here, I tell you, I highly recommend ACU Seasons. It really does revamp the look and feel of MSFS to a great extent. Hello, MC Crewfish. Welcome aboard. Sammy Tech Cookie. Welcome, my friend. All right. Everything here looking good. Now, on takeoff, we have to be very careful with the 787, as a tail strike is highly likely if you pull too hard on the yoke. And if you guys are enjoying yourself here on the channel, I really appreciate you hitting that like button. It really does help the channel. All right, locking gear. Very excited to try the any A320neo soon in SU-14 beta. All right, let's see. We are going to face, let's see. We'll actually we can actually, let me take a look here. Let's do face north. All right, release parking brakes. And we have clearance to start the engines. Perfect. We're going to move here to the overhead panel, and let's make sure that we have all the, yep, that's good. And engine, right engine, left engine, and then we're going to move down here and start both engines. And you will notice that says here auto start, and that is something very different from the Boeing 737, what we're accustomed to. Let's go ahead and turn on the anti-icing system here to auto. And if you don't follow the checklist, we're going to get a message. So let me just go through this. Passenger starts are on, MCP done, takeoff speeds are done, CDU pre-flight is complete, and 2.75 for the takeoff. Let's see here. Stab trim is 2.75. That's right there. All right, 2.75 is set. Taxi takeoff briefing is complete. Before taxi, we can do it in just a second. All right, perfect. Electric starters in the 787, no bleed air. That is correct. Yes, Rishal. All right, let's set the parking brakes.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
All right, we are waiting for a good engine start, so we can go ahead and dismiss the ground services. Confirm.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start.
And let's go ahead and
disconnect.
set our flaps. We're going to do flaps 15 for departure. Those flaps. Look at how beautiful this aircraft is. All right, it's doing its thing. They're unlocking the gear, and in the meantime, we're going to do the before taxi checklist. NTIs is auto, recall is, all right, let's go to TCAS, set TCAS to TARA.
Left is clear. Right
Recall is checked, auto brake is rejected takeoff, flight controls, pull up, pull down, pull left, pull right, neutral, and the flight control check is complete. Ground equipment is clear. APU is now, let's see, where's the APU? There is it. APU is off, and we're good. Excellent. All right, everything is looking good. Trim is set. The rudder trim is good. APU cool down. Everything's looking in tip-top shape for our departure. All right, and we can turn on the taxi lights on. Taxi lights on, and we can now taxi to the runway. Perfect. Parking brake is released, and off we go. We go here to the before takeoff. Flaps are set, and we're good to go. Very nice views as well of the engines. Nice wing view there. So the development community for both for X-Plane and MSFS has thrived in recent years. And without a doubt, the developers, developers of freeware add-ons deserve all the love that we can give them and all the support that they can receive from the content creators. And although there were, glowing streams of this aircraft and the Kuro 787 as well, I felt that it is just my responsibility to make the stream and showcase the aircraft on the channel as means of supporting the developers who've worked on this aircraft and made it available for the community to enjoy for nothing in return, which is commendable, really. Hey, Benny, how are you doing, my friend? Right, here we go. I'm actually loving my new monitor, the 360 hertz monitor, because everything is so smooth. Hey, Carl Childers is in the house, ladies and gents. Welcome aboard, Carl. Right, Oral's looking good here. I tell you guys, Rex AccuSeason's Ultimate really changes things around to a great extent. I mean, Microsoft Flight Simulator actually looks a lot more believable in terms of its trees. You see the coloration of the trees there? Looks really, really good, I have to say. Right, here's our turn for runway 25. All right, and as we make our way to Bravo Alpha, we're going to turn on the landing lights, the taxi runway turn-off lights, taxi off, strobes light on, and arm the auto throttle, and reset our view. I'm going to reduce the range here a little bit. And here's the runway. No incoming aircraft, but looking good. Let's make our turn, line up for departure. All right. We are cleared for takeoff, runway 25. Engines are stable. Airspeed alive. Very nice engine sounds. 80 knots. 100 knots. V1, rotate. Positive rate of climb. Gears going up. How about that? Beautiful. Just a beautiful, let's not get carried away here. I know the turn is coming. All right, and we can start retracting the flaps. Checklist incomplete. Wasn't complaining about the checklist. By the way, we should have put LNAV and VNAV. All right, autopilot. Flaps are done, and we can go to normal. All right, and we can now go flaps up. Brilliant. Spool up time seems a little slow. The stream has not buffered and is really clear. Thank you very much, Rand, for the confirmation. I appreciate it. It really helps, Rand. So you're reading my mind. All right, let's do a cancel recall check here. Mika Morgan. Hi, Q8. I miss you. Well, I miss you too. How are you? All right, here we go. 7,000 feet. I speak Q8. You certainly do. Been very lonely, so this stream came just in time. Well, I'm very glad, Mika, that we can keep your company while you keep ours as well. Welcome aboard, my friend. My very dear friend from Australia. Right, we're reaching 8,000 feet. Let's see, 900,000. We're going to kill the landing lights. Runway turn-off lights can go off. And everything else here can stay as it is. Perfect. All right. Here's a nice wing view for you guys. King Bob's Kingdom. Is just me, or does it seem like it jumped off the runway at rotate? Well, King Bob's, there's a thing about Microsoft Flight Simulator. And normally at takeoff, this is one of the things I dread about MSFS is the when you take off, it's highly unrealistic the way aircraft lift off the ground. There's always like sort of a bump, you know, as if it's, so you're right. Yeah, that's one of the things I've noticed with just about all the aircraft in MSFS, so not just this one. But those views are really nice. Now that is some view right there. Probably the first thing when I yeah. It's a known issue and being worked on. Hopefully that will be worked on when MSFS 2024 comes out. Hopefully it comes out minus, hopefully with all the good things that we can see here in 2020, minus all the things that are not, you know, so well done. After takeoff is done, and next one is descent. Okay, we're good. You can also turn off the seatbelt signs off. There we go. So, Las Vegas is going to host FX Expo 2024. And for those of you who do not know, the Q8 Pilot channel is going to be a diamond sponsor this time around. And there is also, we're debating, I still haven't spoken to Evan, but we're debating whether to have a streamer's corner at the expo. So we spoke very briefly, Evan and I, back at back in Texas, about having a special area for streamers. So this time around, from the content creator's perspective, the only content creator that had a booth was actually myself, and I absolutely loved it. I loved how everyone, you know, came, and Stan was there right next to me, and we had a lot of fun talking to people and getting to know them, and I was overwhelmed by the kind words and the support from the community. But we felt that, you know, we want to give content creators is a great force in the flight sim industry. And in my view, it is the collective effort of all content creators combined that really makes an add-on successful or unsuccessful. And the developers know that very well. And the companies that develop hardware or software for flight simulation very well understand the power of content creators in our community. And so we thought maybe we can have a corner, like maybe combine like 3-4 booths together, and those are going to be the home for all the content creators, not just Q8. And so we were talking about that idea, And of course, I will be more than happy to sponsor an idea like that because I'm an advocate of this hobby. I'm an advocate of flight simulation. I'm an advocate of all the follow content creators. And just a few days ago, I was reflecting back on, I was reflecting back again on, all the content creators that were on the scene, that have left the scene, the ones that we have today, and how COVID has introduced real-world insight due to many of the real-world pilots losing their jobs or not having enough scheduled flights and then moving to flight sim to not just educate the community about real world flying, but also to have a second income, if you will. And some of them have been very successful, some of them not very successful. But when I look at the overall contribution today in the flight sim community, both from flight simmers who are not real world pilots, as well as flight simmers who are real world pilots, I can very safely say that we are very blessed in our hobby to have those two perspectives. I being one that gives the perspective of a non-real world pilot, of course, and I know that some appreciate the perspective of a flight simmer, strictly a flight simmer, not someone who has real world knowledge of real world flying. But I do learn. If anyone is willing to teach, I'm willing to learn. And it's just great that we have so many real world pilots today creating content and telling us about how things operate in real life. Fly-by-wire is similar to the Airbus. That is pretty much, yeah. That is pretty much, yeah. Manual trim needed. No, I didn't really think that this aircraft needed trimming for the most part. Maybe during maybe during landing and maybe initial climb, it requires some trimming, but overall, I think it was fine. Yeah, I thought it was a good idea, Rand. It does require trim. Yeah, okay. We have Baker Game. Just subscribe to the channel. Welcome aboard, my friend. All right, let's take a quick look at the outside here. Look at that. Very nice indeed. A lovely, lovely aircraft by Horizon Sim. Beautiful modifications to the base Asobo 781,000 or 787. The lighting seems improved in MSFS. Yeah, the lighting is pretty good in MSFS. In fact, one of the strongest points in Microsoft Flight Simulator is the lighting. The lighting, especially during daylight. So the shadows during daylight are amazing. Looks familiar and nostalgic. What show is that? Magic Roundabout. It's funny you say that. There was a show when I was a kid here in Kuwait called Open Sesame. And the characters are pretty much like the Open Sesame that was broadcasted in the U.S. and maybe in Europe. I'm not sure. I know there was an Open Sesame in the States. And I was, just kind of looking over YouTube the other day, and one of the very old series of Open Sesame popped up in my feed, and I went and started watching it. Now, it was very, very nostalgic, watching it and watching, what's his name? Cookie, the monster cookie guy. And then there is those two guys that used to, one was, I can't remember their names. one was like a really dumb, and the other one was like a really like a mischievous character. And as I started watching, you know, I felt, how could I have watched this and enjoyed it when I was a kid? It's just, it's terrible. You know, the plot is terrible. The execution is terrible. The actual characters, you know, the way they are dressed is terrible. But it was so much fun. Sesame Street. There you go. It's called here in Kuwait. It was called Open Sesame. So yeah, it's called Sesame Street back in the U.S. So so definitely, yeah, lots of nostalgia. So I'm quite looking forward to FS Expo 2024, and I do want to definitely spend more time this time looking around rather than just staying, you know, in a booth. I do want to be able to explore a little more. I never liked Sesame Street. Yeah. So, aside from FS Expo, the IXEG737 has received an update, and the update includes now the pre-flight weight and balance page. That was a very fast turnaround by the development team. I've tweeted about it on Twitter, and X-Plane 1208 is out. And let me tell you, I'm quite impressed with the performance in 1208. It is really, really good. Probably the best version of... where is TD? All right, TD is there. Probably the best version thus far in terms of performance. Norman, yeah, Norman, that's correct. Yeah, you remember that, huh? You're probably as old as I am. If you know Norman, then you probably... yeah, Stefanos, it is very well. The Giggle Yachty, is it? Welcome, my friend. Glad to have you here. And David White, a member for 8 months as a private pilot. Thank you very much, David, for your support. Look at this beautiful terrain here in Italy. Oh, that's just lovely. More news from the X-Plane world. The SR-22 Glowy. Okay. Sorry I mispronounced your name. Welcome aboard, my friend. Clean installed XP12 and still 12.7. Chris, you have to go to the installer and make sure that you tick on include beta. Include the betas. Can you do a flight to Iowa? Yeah, of course. You can suggest it, Sammy Tech Cookie. You can suggest it in the Discord. Just give me a route that you like. And today we're flying a route by one of you guys from the Discord channel. Simon, thank you very much for suggesting the route and airline. And it's exactly the type of routes I like because it's pretty short. So the SR-22 by TorqueSim has released, and I am, brushing up on my knowledge of the aircraft. Let me tell you, the SR-22 by TorqueSim is by far the best SR-22, Cirrus SR-22 for flight sim period. And I say that with confidence. The simulation of the aircraft systems, the performance, the fuel economy, the electrical system. The Cirrus, by the way, the SR-22 is all about, the fuel flow, cylinder head temperature, and how you manage the fuel flow, EGT and CHT. EGT being the exhaust gas temperature, and CHT is the cylinder head temperature. And the aircraft management is all about that. And by tweaking, by having the ideal lean on the SR22, you can actually save a lot of money. If you of course consider how much fuel, how many gallons you're going to save when you lean the mixture properly, and if you don't, it's going to cost you more money. So actually, there is a benefit of flying the aircraft properly, which is something we don't see with all the other aircraft. But this one by TorqueSim is amazingly detailed and amazingly accurate. Just really a lovely, lovely aircraft with sounds, by the way, recorded from the real aircraft. So yeah, the old TorqueSim series rock. Absolutely. They have the Integra, I believe, the SR20 Integra, and they have some turbo version, some turbo variant, something like that. But they have also the BN Islander, which is another great aircraft, which was recently updated. And again, we are going to definitely dedicate a stream. By the way, guys, after the stream today, we are going to be switching back to X-Plane for a while. And we're going to be doing X-Plane content for, a short period of time, unless something really big releases for Microsoft Flight Sim, because I think there's a lot for me to cover. Again, the Zibo, the most recent version of the Zibo, now has SimBrief integration, which is pretty cool. I am just amazed at how Zibo gets the time to keep updating the Zibo 737 almost on weekly basis, with features, improvements, and just really great. Let me just do this here. All right, so top of descent is not too far from where we are. If we look here, just look at how beautiful this is, guys. Wow, look at. Beautiful. All right, so let me come down here, and we are going to come to, we're going to select 30 and 139, 30 and 139. There we go. Excellent. That is now set, and we are pretty much set for the arrival. We are going to reduce or reset the altitude to, if we come here and take a look at runway approach, runway 04, and that is, I believe it's 3,000 if I'm not mistaken. Yep, indeed, 3,000. All right. 3,000. All right, so we're going to go here and set this to 3,000. Perfect. And we're going to set this to, was it I believe 133. Didn't work either. All right, let's just do it this way. All right. So lots of news, definitely lots of updates in the X-Plane world. You know what is, you know what? So a lot of people come to the channel and they comment, thank you Q8 for, not leaving X-Plane, and thank you for, continuing to create X-Plane content. And the thing is, guys, yeah, I do like X-Plane quite a bit. I do like both sims a lot for different reasons, although I maybe have a slightly more affinity towards X-Plane. But if you look today at the content creation, everyone is doing, news updates about the slightest thing that comes for MSFS. You'll see like 100 videos in the first day. And that is perfectly okay. And I think there is a lot of viewership that are waiting for those kind of news. But I feel as a content creator who is an advocate of flight simulation in general, I feel it is my responsibility and obligation to support X-Plane. Just the fact that everyone has left the scene and left X-Plane, I feel there is a lot of responsibility on my shoulders to make sure that we support X-Plane and to ensure that X-Plane keeps going. And MSFS has so many content creators today that are exclusive, by the way. So 5.7 RC 5.8. Yeah, Zebo has made so many updates. It's RC 5.8. Oh, is it? Should be out this week. Oh, I see. And 5.7 has a few weird things. Gotcha. Finally, I was able to... Hey, Simon! How are you, my friend? Yeah, I'm very glad that that we're doing this route today. And it's definitely a lot of fun. So, yeah, I am... Definitely, the reason I do more X-Plane content is not just because I have the affinity for the sim, but also because many content creators have abandoned X-Plane. And as an advocate of the hobby and as an ambassador for flight simulation, I can never do that. I can never abandon one sim for the other. Maybe I'll lean more towards X-Plane just because there aren't that many people creating X-Plane content. I was very happy to see a video from Into the Blue Simulation, which is very, very well known for his excellent reviews of Microsoft Flight Sim aircraft. And he's done one very nice video on the IXCG 737. And I hope that he creates more content for X-Plane moving forward. But yeah, I definitely hope that more people would come also to the X-Plane so that we can have a little bit of a balance in terms of what we see. There are a lot of small content creators, maybe not very well known, that create X-Plane content. And I'd like to help all of them. I'd like to support all of them. Anyway, small developers who are just starting, I mean small in terms of, their viewership and subscriber and following. Some of them are actually excellent, really, really good, and I really enjoy their content. The problem is they get fed up very quickly, and YouTube needs a lot of patience in order to grow your subscribers, to grow your viewership. So I'm more than happy to support anyone. If you know anyone who's a small content creator and needs support or needs help or need tips, I'm more than happy to help. And of course, I cannot say enough about my very good friend Rishal, who's also a moderator here on the channel. With you, create maybe shared cop at some point. Absolutely, Rishal. Yeah, it would be fun. They are looking for views. You are providing us with excellent. Oh, thank you very much. I am most humbled, Rand. Thank you. What's your ethnic background? I am a Middle Eastern. I am from Kuwait, the state of Kuwait. Very strange question. Yeah, I am from Kuwait. Hello, alaikum salam. Glad to have you here. All right, so for the descent checklist, as we approach the top of descent, we have reset the altitude to 3,000 feet. Recall is checked, and there are no messages there, so recall is checked. Auto brake, we're going to go ahead and set this. Why not? We're going to set it to 2. And landing VREF minimums are set, and the approach briefing is complete, and the descent checklist is complete, and we should begin the descent in about 10 nautical miles or so from now. I'm Lebanese, that's why I asked. Oh, no worries, my friend. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you here. And we have with us today Andy. Hello, Andy. How have you been, my friend? Good evening. I don't know why you ask about... Yeah. So that's the kind of a nutshell on what's happening in the flight sim world. And yeah, I definitely, I'd like to see a little bit more balance in terms of content creation. People just are mesmerized by the graphics of MSFS. But I tell you guys, again, by account of many real-world pilots, the flight model in X-Plane is unmatched. Simple as that. It's just unmatched. I see my content creators making videos about landings and other stuff in Flight Simulator, and it's what it's all about. Have fun. Absolutely. So Sammy Tech Cookie. So for me, it was definitely fun. But my mission when I started, obviously this is a hobby. This is not something that pays my bills or anything like that. But for me, my mission was to share the knowledge and to let people, have an informed, are able to make an informed decision on whether they should invest in an add-on or not. And so I review all the add-ons from a strictly flight sim perspective. I am not a real-world pilot. I do spend some time when time permits, to read about the aircraft, to watch videos of the aircraft being flown by real-world pilots in order to assess, for example, stall behavior. How does the aircraft stall? How does it side slip? What is the behavior? For example, we know the Diamond aircraft is a very difficult aircraft to stall because of the wings, because of the wingspan and the shape of the aircraft. So does the simulation experience capture those things? And those are things that are important. Of course, I look at things like the texturing, the sounds, the features, control panel, ease of use, the price. And after almost 10 years of content creation, I definitely have developed a feel for what works and what doesn't work in the flight sim world. And so I'd like to bring that insight to the community to help them make informed decisions. And the last thing I want is to have someone, purchase an add-on and be disappointed with it, especially when someone is on a budget. It's just not a very pleasant feeling. All right, so a video on X-Plane and the live traffic plugin would be cool. Quite enjoying it. Yeah, I think I've done... live traffic. Okay, gotcha. Orbic is going to release True Earth for X-Plane 12, and that is great news. Hopefully they will push also other developers to give X-Plane some love. Absolutely. Well, I tell you what, guys. I am also going, as soon as we hit 80,000, I'm going to do a giveaway, and the giveaway is going to be copies of X-Plane 12. For those of you who do not have X-Plane 12, will then have the opportunity to experience X-Plane 12. My medical certificate finally came through, so I can actually start my private pilot's license. Can't wait to be able to fly in real life, flying knowledge to judge aircraft add-ons. Yeah, for sure, Drishal. Good for you, man. I'm very happy for you. All right, so we've begun the descent towards Verona in Italy. And I'm very glad that the sim is well behaved today. Yeah. Didn't give us any problems. The YouTube was creating some issues for us as we started the stream, but I think it's all right now. I kind of hope that the True Earth UK is the start of it. I think that's exactly what they're going to start with. So they're going to work on updating whatever they have. So yeah, I would assume they're going to update whatever they have. Won't charge existing real Earth customers. I just spent almost 300 last month on it. Chris, I don't know. I really don't know if they're going to charge or not. But I'm sure that if you own for X-Plane 11, and there is a fee indeed, if there is a fee, I'm sure that it's going to be discounted. So I'm not sure. I don't think that you're going to have to pay like the full price for the for the X-Plane 12 version. But that is my hunch. I don't know. In my opinion, the wobbling from left to right in MSFS is not quite realistic with the noticeable frequency. I agree with you. Yeah, I do agree with you there. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. If we can get the likes to 100 likes today, then I might give away a copy of X-Plane today. YouTube has gone very inconsistent, wonky, very inconsistent. Really, Rand? There's something definitely wrong, because I've never ever had any problems with the current bitrate, which is 4500. So I've never had any problems with 4500 kilobits per second streaming 1080p at 60 FPS. But off late, in the last couple of streams, we've had issues, and that has made me wonder, is it my side? Because when I check the speed at my side, I have 100 megabits per second upload and download. And it's the internet in my house is very stable. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. And I think kind of getting to that point, yeah. Well, I know a lot of devs were waiting till X-Plane 12 settled down a little bit. That is true. I think it is settling down for sure with 1208. It's not you. I hope so, Rand. All right. So very quickly here, let's take a look at the outside here. Looks like there is a layer of haze. Oh, guys, look at that. Look at how beautiful this is. Look at that haze there on top of the mountains. It looks beautiful. Right, 20,000. We're looking good. Gosh, I agree. Minecraft videos are... yeah, something is definitely off. That's without a doubt. If you guys like, I can show you Rex AccuSeasons Ultimate. If you want, right after we land, I can show you its features. If you're interested in that, I'm more than happy to show it. Just let me know in chat. Orbix True Earth 12, patiently waiting. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I tell you, it's going to be awesome with the performance in the current version, 1208. I hope they don't mess the performance, though. I had to use the backup server for the stream yesterday. Something is definitely broken YouTube side. Ah, I see. Okay. Yes, do that, Sam, please. All right. No worries, Rand. All right, let's set the barrow. And 29901 is now set. And we are heading towards Verona in Italy. I love flying over Italy. Europe, generally speaking, is a beautiful continent to fly over. Lovely. Just lovely. And here is a nice wing view for you guys. For your viewing pleasure. Look at that beautiful Rolls-Royce engine. I love AccuSeasons and can't imagine flying without it now. You know what, Dougal? I definitely share that with you as well. It's just such a beautiful thing. All right. One thing I want to do, guys, before we reach our destination, excuse me for that, I forgot to do it earlier, but we're going to come to replay tool. We're going to say, okay, apply and save, go back and resume. And I'm going to come to my Friendly Flow Pro. We're going to come to the interface and, all right, let's see. All right, now we have it. Excellent. We can close this. Perfect. So we can record our session. I'm not going to bother with any, flight control replay or anything like that. We're just going to use the built-in replay system. It works, it's decent enough. And Roy, hello Roy, welcome aboard. I worked on the XP engine for this in Derby at Rolls-Royce. Oh, how cool is that? Let's do a dangerous approach season. Simon, why not? That's a good suggestion. Yeah. Maybe we'll do like one stream where we all like go to the same airport, like dangerous airports. We'll enable multiplayer and we'll all go and do that. As a matter of fact, the guys over at Thrustmaster have been talking to me about doing an island challenge at the island, the Thrustmaster Island, which is full of challenges. So if you guys like for us to do that, we can all spawn at Millennium International on the Thrustmaster Island, and we can go and have fun and do all sorts of challenges there. What do you guys think? Dream Virtual Flight. Hello, my friend from Italy. Ah, we have more people from Italy today. Well, welcome, Dream Virtual Flight. Yeah, your homeboy is here with us, huh? Yeah. Right, 12,000. We're looking good. Here's our turn for Verona. Italy, by the way, is a beautiful country, and they have beautiful food and very, very friendly people. I've been to Italy many times and stayed in Florence, Rome, Venice, Padova. We went to, I can't recall all the names now of the places we went, but I had a blast in Italy. Just such a lovely country. Lots and lots of history and fine people. And the food is, wow. Especially the seafood is something that just I absolutely adore. Very, very good. They're the pizza guys, So if you want like a fine pizza, try Italian pizza. Yeah. I remember I stayed at a hotel in Rome called the Ambasciatori Hotel. I think that's the name of the hotel. And it was a fine hotel. Really, really nice. Really enjoyed it. Italy's just beautiful country. Landing lights are on, runway turnoff lights are on, and seatbelt signs are on as well in preparation for arrival into Verona. We are going to arm the speed brakes as well. Speed brakes are now armed, and we are looking good. We're going to reduce the range here slightly, and let's come over here and see if we add the runway. So runway 04 here. Requested item is not in the database. Really? Huh. Why? Let's see. Runway 04. I guess we can't do that. Or maybe I'm doing something wrong. All right. Well, never mind. We can see it here. It's a clear day. VFR conditions. Quickly on the weather here. If we go click here and take a look at the weather at Verona, we are looking at 200 degrees, 2-knot wind, cloud visibility okay. The current temperature is 6. Woo, quite cold there in Verona. And QNH is 1012. All right, there we go. 1012 is set. And everything's looking good. And we're going to go to the approach checklist. Altimeters are set. And the landing checklist, speed brake is armed, landing gear, and flaps. Okay. We're going to be doing flaps 30, which is full flaps today for the arrival. You will enjoy it. Yeah. Just ICO code of the airport. Lima India Papa X-ray is Verona. You can always get the scenery that I'm flying with the links by typing !scenery. That will give you the scenery. And if you are interested in the route, you can use !scenery, and that will show you the route is going to give you the route, and scenery will give you the both departure and arrival airports during any flight. Right, here we are, looking good. Very, very nice looking aircraft, and I love this livery. A very nice livery. Is this a new, Simon, is this a new airline in Italy? Because I haven't heard of it before until you actually told me. So when you made the suggestion, I went and read about it. And, yeah, I never heard of it before. So I wasn't sure. All right, once we reach this point, this airway here, this waypoint, we are going to enable the recording so that we can replay as many times as we like. It does, Alex, yeah. I like the colors. The color combination is very nice. It's been working for several years. First it was Livingston. Oh, I see. You know, I think, guys, I'm due for another visit to Italy. Look at those mountains, the mountain range ahead. Looks very, very nice. Still looking good. So far, the aircraft has done pretty well, I think, in terms of LNAV and VNAV. Ordering Chinese and watching arrival, best combo. I want to visit the UK. Oh, the UK is a regular destination for me. I visit the UK a lot. I'm quite familiar with the UK. I love driving in the UK, although they drive on the other side of the... so the steering is on the right. But I kind of got used to it after a while. Most years we're trying to see much of it as possible. Beautiful country. Absolutely. Italy is beautiful. It's just an absolutely breathtaking country. And I love the people there. They're so, so friendly. $5,000. We're almost there now, folks. I rode the entire length of Italy by motorbike. Oh, how cool, Dougal. Wow, hopefully I can meet you, Dougal, in person at FS Expo, or maybe in the UK. I think you're based in the UK, Dougal, aren't you? Then ferry to Corfu. Wow, that's pretty cool. Yes, UK, yeah. Yeah, maybe we can meet one day in the UK. All right, we are approaching Verona, and we're approaching 4,000, so looking good. We are going to activate the approach button here. Approach. Excellent. Speed check. Flaps 5. Right, landing gear is coming down. And we are going to come here and we're going to select record. Looking good. Look at that. Localizer captured. And the runway is ahead. We have the runway in sight right there. Speed check, flaps 10. Looking good. And we're down to 3,500 for 3,000. Speed check and flaps 15. Let's go ahead and reduce the speed to 141. We have the runway in sight and clear to land runway 04. Wow, look at that, guys. Now this is a beautiful sight of the aircraft as we approach the airport. All right, let's not get carried away now. We can always do a replay. Speed check. And we're going to go to flaps 30. And the landing checklist is complete. We are clear to land. Just lovely. What a beautiful approach into Verona. All right, almost 1,000 feet. We're going to go ahead and disconnect the autopilot momentarily. $1,000. Autopilot disengaged. My aircraft. Auto throttle disengaged.
Nice landing, as always.
And welcome to Verona. Reversers. 80 knots. Manual braking. Lovely. Thanks, Rachel. Thank you, Alex. Thanks, Chris. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Carl. Glad you guys enjoyed it. It was definitely a lot of fun. Why is it stopping here? There we go. All right, let's retract the flaps. If you guys are interested in the scenery, whether the departure or arrival airport, the chat command !scenery will give you the links to both. Both airports used today are payware airports. And let's see if we can find a spot somewhere here to park the aircraft. Oops. What did we hit a pole? What happened? Not sure what we did there, but it looks like we've hit something. I'll just put it here, that's fine. All right, let's do a quick come here. And we're going to say stop, play, camera recording. I guess we have to watch the whole thing. Maybe if we... All right, there we go. Look at this beautiful scenery. Wow. Look at the details, the buildings, the trees with the AccuSim. It just really does change the sim quite a bit. Oh yeah, that was lovely. I think we can do it one more time. Let's see. There we go. from this side.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Why is the wheel tilted like that? But this was really a lovely approach into Verona. Thank you very much again, Simon, for the suggestion. Appreciate it, really. It was a fun flight. Well, folks, you guys wanted to see Accu season, Rec Simulation Accu Season Ultimate. So let's take a look at that. So we're going to come here. Let's see here. Do that. All right. So we come here to Rex Accu Season Advanced. So it's not Ultimate, it's Advanced. So once you start the program, there are a number of things that you can do. And all right, so this is the interface, which is a very simple interface. It's got the automation, set and forget. I tend not to use this because it creates a Windows, uses the scheduler in Windows to create a scheduled task. So I have a tendency not to like things that do that because it just starts popping up at times and it's like, do you want to do this? So I don't use it, but you can use this if you want. Then you've got the automation here, so you can select the time and when do you want it with the terrain installation, vegetation. Now, into the vegetation, you have the 4 seasons: fall, winter, spring, and summer, and you can apply whichever one you like. So if you don't really have to follow, which is fall. This is fall. This is what we can see now in the sim. So you can install any preset. So if you like, for example, this preset with, maybe this one, you can install whichever combination you like of them. And then you can also remove them from the sim. Terrain, there is a special treatment for certain areas in the sim. So you can apply the landscape can look different. It's for the United States, Canada, UK, Ireland, Iceland, and most of Europe. So you can, it will actually change the mesh, the terrain mesh in the sim, which makes it, in my view, look a lot better, if you ask me. So you have those, and it looks like they've reserved this for additional presets. You have also a number of seasonal weather presets which you can use, and those, all you need to do is to install them into the sim, and then you can use them. So if we go to the sim here and I go to the weather presets, you see here there's Rex Accu Season Spring, partly cloudy. There is a snow front, so if I click here, changes things. Snow, spring, popcorn. So that's another preset there for you. And so you can cycle through these presets, as you can see here. They're foggy ground, summer sublime, cold and snow, divine snowscape. So a number of seasons that you can apply. Let me see here if I can go back to the sim. I'm not sure what's with the sim allowing me to. It's not allowing me to do anything. It has frozen. And then you can select it for winter, for spring, and for summer. And you can also do the enhanced content. So for specific areas, you have several enhancements as well. So for example, you've got the Northeast Australia coastal region, and this it says this enhancement maintains green vegetation in the northern half of Australian east coast during the Australian winter months of June through the end of August. As in real life, the vegetation in this warm part of Australia stays green during those months. Again, very, very nice for certain St. Bart's. You've got the Florida southeast coastal part, Colorado, Aspen, and the western U.S. and Canada large. As you can see here, it creates for some really breathtaking areas to visit in the sim. From the options, you can also select refine the vegetation coloring. So if you want more cool colors, warm colors, the tones, again, you can set to standard or resilient. I've tried them. The difference is very subtle, very difficult to see, but I prefer standard colors, honestly. And of course, you've got the vegetation height, the canopy type, and the vegetation density. Now, what I like to do is, if you, from the settings, of course, you have the application settings, which is enable startup sounds, Steam edition. I have a custom community folder here. So if we go back to the home, there are this automation, and there's the preset. I like to use this one here. Choose seasonal vegetation terrain by color by date. And if you click here, you simply select the month. So we are in November. Enable terrain installation, and then you can select the week, and this will automatically update every time you open Rex. Desktop with Rex, all since you've been running it. Have you gotten any? I haven't gotten any specific crashes from Rex. So no, I have to say no. So you can select which month, which week of the month that you want to install. Currently I have the 9th to the 15th of November. The only drawback of this is that you need to come every week and select, the week to get the corresponding vegetation and season features in the sim by using this option. But overall, I really like this add-on. I think it does revamp the sim quite a bit. Here again, if I go to the seasons here, and I click here, let me just show you. Maybe we'll come here to low fog, overcast. Look at that. Look at how beautiful this is. It just really does change the sim quite a bit. You can use these presets definitely if you're making videos or things like that. They come in very handy. Broken cloud, let's see, windy day, cold and windy, big storm, there you go. So you got a big storm there. Again, very, very dramatic view and weather presets for you to enjoy in the sim. So that's a brief look at AccuSeason's Advanced Edition. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this stream as much as I enjoyed streaming it for you. And it's been a lot of fun. And stay tuned for more this coming Tuesday when we take the Torque Sim Cirrus SR22 for a full flight in X-Plane 12. Until then, please take care of yourselves and each other, and I will see you all very soon. Stay safe, and bye-bye for now.